I'm going to show you how to install a lead screw assembly on a machine. Well, this is an assembly we put together previously. Showing you how to do that in another video. Got an anti-backlash nut on it, and the bearings are in there adjusted right. And like I said, the way to know your bearings adjusted right is to hold a lead screw, and this shouldn't just fall all the way down. It could be a little bit, drop a little, but that's how you know you got it pretty well set, that you have these bearings tight enough, is that this part wants to stay up more than fall completely down. And this is just a little bar I put in here on the end of this dumpster CNC coupling. I put this little, just a bent piece of tubing, it's 1/4 inch diameter, and I just slip it in here and tighten the 2 screws, and this will allow me to rotate the assembly. Helps me tighten it up easier. Now all we do is we take this assembly, I'm putting this screw here for the anti-backlash nut, I'm putting that facing up because it's just easier to get at. If you had a different kind of assembly, you could put it in a different position. We slide this in, and so it'd be real easy to access this for adjustments. Then we'll just put 4 screws in here. Get this up out of the way. 4 5/16 by 1 inch long screws. Bolt this thing together. And I'll leave them just a little loose. You don't tighten them all the way, tighten them up, then back them off. Just break them loose so they're not completely tight. So this whole thing will float a little bit. And we put 2 in here. Same thing. 5/16 by 1 inch long button heads in this nut. Now I need a little more room here. So I got this handle on here. I can tighten this up. Give me a little more room to turn my wrench. And tighten these up. Helps to have a little ball on the end of your Allen wrench, so you can go on a bit of an angle here. Otherwise it takes a lot longer if you have to keep removing your Allen wrench for every turn. X wrench, whatever you want to call them. Call it Allen wrench. Get these tightened up and back them off just a hair, just like the other ones. Then I'll tighten this up using this handle. If you had the motors on the machine, you'd be able to bring it in with the motors, but we'll tighten it up so you can still get the wrench in here. Tighten these screws. We'll bring it as close, about as close as we can get it. Still get the wrench in there. The reason for this is so the whole assembly floats in, and when the machine gets as close as it can with the bearings in here and the anti-backlash nut in here, that it won't bind in here. There won't be any binding from misalignment. So then we'll just get this thing and tighten everything up. You want these screws good and tight. Tighten everything up here. And then later on, you can adjust the anti-backlash nut to get all the play out of it, and that'll be done with the computer when you're running it with motors on it. Running Mach 3. In pretty good shape there. This one tightened up. You can see why I pre-tightened them. You wouldn't want to sit here in this small space trying to tighten them up with short, short strokes you can get here with a wrench. And tighten these up pretty good too. And that's it. And then this should turn pretty easy. Motor's got good power, it'll turn this. If you find a lot of binding, then you know you've got a big problem, but This way it should come right up in here without any binding, because all this has been all tightened up when it's in that position. All the way down on the end it won't matter so much because the screw can give a little bit if necessary as the machine moves further out. So that's all there is to putting the lead screw in the machine.